Hello, this is Alyssa with Patriot Marketing. I reached out earlier to you today and I promised this free video. So here it is, and I'm going to go ahead and keep it short and sweet. So I would just like to show you a few tips that you really can use to maximize your traffic online. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I wanted to say a couple of things that I really liked about your website. So this get your free quote and the click to call button here are both really good to have, and this location thing here, so people can know where you're at. Those all help with converting people who are coming to your website, converting them over to clients. They both help. All of those help with that. Also, this free quote filling out thing here, that always helps with getting clients. But what I did notice, it seemed that there wasn't a whole lot of content on here. And so content is basically anything that I can, that I can highlight, whether it be pictures or text. In this case, I'd be talking about the text. You have a lot of pictures on here that shows your before and after, which is really good to have. So the reason why you want a lot of content is so you can start ranking for a bunch of keywords. Keywords, for example, Los Angeles, flooring Los Angeles, California. So things like that. There's a total search volume of 190, and these individual keywords are at a search volume of like maybe 20 or 40 per month. So that's a lot of volume to be had that you're not getting because of the fact you don't have those keywords within your content, and not very much content to begin with. But definitely what I would do if I were you is maybe even go as far as saving some of these pictures as those keywords, so it would count as content towards your website. And the reason why those are all important is because when Google crawls your website, they see that not only do you have the content, but you also have that keyword verbatim within it, and it allows you to rank faster and more efficiently. Content is really great for ranking as well, because Google feels that the more content you have, the more likely you are to be an expert in your field. And so at the end of the day, their whole goal is that when someone searches, they get the information that they need. So long story short, the more content you have, the more likely you are to be found. And it's really important to put yourself in a position to be found, because Google wants to ensure that people searching on their platform gets the information quickly and efficiently. So that's going to lead me to my next tip. So the first tip is to have more content on your website with those keywords. My next one would be to build up upon this Google business profile. So that would really be giving yourself a chance to get as much traffic as possible. And what I mean by that, what I mean by that is basically when people search for any given keyword, they convert in a lot of different ways. And I'm going to go to a different keyword in a different area, completely different service that you're in, because every time I looked up epoxy flooring or just anything in your area for flooring, epoxy flooring, what have you, it didn't come up with some of the stuff that I would like to show you on what they look like. So you have these local ads right here. These capture the people that click on the very first thing that they see. People like these because they are Google guaranteed up to a certain dollar amount. So if something goes wrong or something happens, they expect that Google will, they trust that Google will take care of it monetarily. So as you can see, that has a green check mark saying it's Google guaranteed. Also, the local ads have a very high conversion rate, mainly because all of them, if you hover your mouse over them, they have that on the drop down, the company's phone number. And so when someone is already taking the time of day to call you, they are more likely to convert over as a client because they're already doing that. So yeah, so those would be great. Google Ads, well, they would, typically they are on the front page, but as I was doing research, I actually saw some on the back page here. Typically these would be under the local ads. I don't know why they're on the second page here, but typically they're under the local ads. And so with these, they don't have a very high conversion rate. However, they, if they're located underneath the local ads on the front page, you can be seen by a lot of different people, and they're a lot cheaper than the local ads would be. Also, the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is on the first page, so let me just get there. Then you have this Google Map Pack. So the people who search this way, they want to see a company that is local and in the area. It can pull up to 80% of the traffic. So for this particular keyword, flooring Los Angeles, California, so if we go flooring Los Angeles, California, has a search volume of 20 per month. So you're looking at 16 going straight to your competitors there. All but 4 are going right there. So these pull a bunch of traffic. It's really good to be in that Google Map Pack. Another really good way, though, and I'm going to move forward on, is the ranking organically. Ranking organically is a really great way to pull traffic. The higher you're ranking in Google, the more traffic you're going to pull. And these people up here are actually going to be doing way better and pulling more traffic than the people down here. And people actually rarely go to that second page of Google. So, yeah, it's really important to be on this first page. It looks like, yeah. And so all of these are all different ways in which people search, and it's all different ways in which you can pull traffic. So it's all something to keep in mind. I'm going to expand on ranking organically, though. So basically, to rank organically, what you would do is, in order to rank organically, you would be adding backlinks and referring domains. Unfortunately, not all backlinks are created equal. You have good quality ones and poor quality ones. You really want the good quality ones, because if you have any poor quality ones, it's really not going to do much for you. The referring domains are really good to have. Basically what those are is, for example, if you did some service for a client and then they decided to talk about the services that you did on their website, and then they have a link from their website to yours, that would count as a referring domain. And referring domains are power. The more power you have, the higher these numbers are going to grow. And you generally want as big of a number as possible and at a 1-to-1 ratio. So, for contractors and flooring companies, we definitely want to see them in the 20s and 30s range. So good job for being in the 20s, almost 30s range. You are ranking for 635 keywords. That is actually really good. I actually don't see that very often with a lot of websites or companies that I do this for. Normally they're ranking for maybe 0 or 1 keyword, but you're ranking for 635, which is good to do, and you're generating a healthy amount of traffic of 490. So that is where you're sitting at in your online presence. I also want to show you the keywords that you're ranking for. You are doing a lot of service keywords, which is really good. I wouldn't want to rank for Yelp, though, just because Yelp is its own thing, and you want to be ranking on your own. And so with that said, I'm going to move on to your competitors. They are actually ranking right. That is the wrong thing. They are ranking right here. This is the one that I decided to go to. They do flooring. So again, not much content. However, they are at the same number as you are. They have a higher number in here. Still not a 1-to-1 ratio. They have 746,000 backlinks. I'm guessing that they don't have quite as good a backlinks as you do, just because I don't think you have as many. and yet you are at the same number here as them. But also, they have 4.63 thousand referring domains. So they have a lot of those links in there, and they're also ranking for 100,000 organic keywords and gaining an organic traffic of 410,000. So they're getting a lot of traffic. If we take a look at some of their keywords, just flooring Los Angeles, flooring in LA, they have, instead of just epoxy, they also have flooring on their thing. So that's something that you might want to consider with that. But with that said, it's enough to get them to the number one spot ranking organically. So basically, there's a lot of different things that you can do to bump yourself up with your online presence. Good job with the amount of backlinks you have and such. I do want to congratulate you on that. But I would still recommend more content on your website so you can rank for more keywords. Without that, you're limiting yourself into how much business you would be getting online if you were ranking for those other keywords. So just some things to think about. I hope that this has been informative and helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to chat with you and help you out in any way that we can. Either my husband or I would love to get in touch with you in whatever time fits for you. So with that, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.